Hello everyone, this is Doomhammer here with the conclusion of the 2003-2004 32-team franchise. This is the second season playing all 32 teams, all offense, every game. These are the standings of the season. As we can see here, this is the list of MVPs. Last year, Dante Culpepper took the prize, but this year, Michael Strahan was the league MVP. The playoff picture was wild, with the Houston Texans coming away with the AFC Championship. And, of course, in the NFC were the Carolina Panthers, as they did in real life, led by the same quarterback, Jake Delhomme. But as you can see, if you watch the last video of the Super Bowl, you can see that the Texans came away with a 99-yard touchdown drive to win the game, with a beautiful catch by Jabbar Gaffney from David Carr. Here is my Super Bowl history matched up against the real-life Super Bowl history. So we got our second season all wrapped up, with the Bills and the Texans being Super Bowl champions. And there, after Bill Belichick won the Super Bowl in 2002, it was Greg Williams and then Dom Capers as the Super Bowl head coaches. Here is the Pro Bowl rosters for this year. As you can see, a lot of talented players there. I love when there's like 73 every now and then, like Eddie Kennison doing a great job in Kansas City, David Patton in New England, Daniel Graham in New England, Jon Snow from the Indianapolis Colts, Millie from the Seattle Seahawks. As you can see, it was a pretty solid year for many of these players. Mixon over there, the left end. So yeah, slow progression through the Pro Bowl teams. A lot of talented players coming through. To create some realism in the game, I have a whole list of general managers and coaches with each team. So, of course, we have some GM firings. So Sheldon White is out with Detroit, bringing in Reggie McKenzie, former Packers executive, to Detroit, as they also fire their coach, Marty Morningway, who ended up leaving about week 16 as the team was not doing what they were expected to do, with Joey Harrington at quarterback, the NFC Rookie of the Year last year. Butch Davis is the coach and GM of the Browns, and he is out as well. Phil Savage coming to Cleveland 1 year earlier. And then Steve Spurrier, who was also a coach GM combo, is out in Washington. And instead of having Joe Gibbs come in as a coach, he is now coming in as the general manager of the Washington team. Here's where we get to the fun part. I mentioned Marty Morningway is out in Detroit. They bring in Chris Palmer, who is the offensive coordinator for the Houston Texans. He had a small stint as the head coach of the Cleveland Browns in around the year 2000, and was the offensive coordinator with the Super Bowl winning team. I thought he was a great candidate, especially in this reality where before Houston was pretty pathetic, but winning the Super Bowl and doing great work with the number 1 overall pick, David Carr, I thought that he was a prime candidate for a head coaching job, and so did Detroit, and that's why Chris Palmer moves in as the head coach of the Lions, hoping to do his magic with the 3rd overall pick in the 2002 draft, Joey Harrington. Now, Pittsburgh has had some rough seasons the past 2 years. I was thinking about whether or not Bill Cowher should be out as head coach, and decided that, you know what, he made the Super Bowl 1 year in the 90s, lost it, had some success in Pittsburgh, but I felt like Pittsburgh would want a change, so I had Bill Cowher leave to then bring in Lovie Smith, the defensive coordinator for the St. Louis Rams. Last year was not a good year for the Rams, but 2 years ago was a very good year for the Rams with the number 1 pass defense in the league. I felt like Pittsburgh needed a solid defensive coach and thought Lovie Smith was the best one for the job. Now, Cleveland got rid of Butch Davis, and I just was trying to figure out who they could bring in, and I thought Bill Cowher would be a fun addition since he used to be a coordinator for Cleveland. He was always someone I wanted to see as a Browns coach back when we were going through that carousel of Browns coaches. And so Bill Cowher decided to go to Cleveland. As we see up in Atlanta, or down in Atlanta, Dan Reeves is out as the head coach, especially with so much talent, with Michael Vick just being wasted. Brad Childress, the offensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles, seems to be the best person for the job. The Atlanta Falcons have the number 1 overall pick in this draft, and I was considering, do they trade away? Do they draft Eli Manning and trade away Michael Vick? But I figured with Brad Childress's success with Donovan McNabb, a mobile quarterback, going 16-0 2 seasons ago, and then going 13-3 last season, being a contender, being a solid team, I thought that Brad Childress would be a great addition to work with Michael Vick as the Falcons coach. Then lastly, Joe Gibbs brings in Jack Del Rio, who was the Carolina Panthers defensive coordinator. I thought that was a good fit where Chris Palmer and Jack Del Rio were coordinators in the Super Bowl, and now they've earned their place as a head coach with their respective teams. I plan to keep more of a detailed analysis on coaches because that helps me change strategies for a team. It's very easy to build a long-term success for all 32 teams when I keep that same continuity. So I like firing coaches or bringing in different general managers from different locations because that helps me motivate my trades, my free agent acquisitions, and style based off of which coach is on the team. Here we go, some examples of the work I've done just to create this environment where general managers and coaches are recorded. I probably should be firing more coaches every year, but we'll live with what I've got. Feel free to pause this video to see these graphics in more detail. So this is the first out of 3 off-season videos. This first one was just a recap of the season as well as staff changes. The next video we will be going into retirements and the free agency. And then the last video will be on the NFL draft to conclude.